Good evening and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television show. We are broadcasting live and then on demand, baby, on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. The year is freaking over. How the hell is it November 16th? Anyway, I'm your anchor, FayWhat. I am filling in for Al Ferguson. We have no idea where he's at. Maybe somebody will find him. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But welcome to season 4 of the first LGBTQ plus talk show of its kind in the world. We are going to laugh and play through our LGBTQ plus world. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out.
The Masked Singer has had its most legendary season yet. And Fox tonight.
It's all happening out tonight. With your hosts, gay guru Al Ferguson, lesbian activist FayWhat, pansexual leather daddy Elimination, drag queen and comedian Auntie Maim, Latino muscle bear Jonathan Casañas, Gen Z political advocate Max Fenning, Gen Z bear and actor Cameron Glass, leadership coach and leather shirt Mark Moffitt, Indo-Caribbean artist TriniDaddy, Muslim American communications exec Cal Gajraj. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
That voiceover voice is so damn sexy. It's like I've heard it somewhere.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it goes again.
Woo, I love it. This season forecast is the most diverse in our history. It's Happening Out is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 37 years. Just how old I am, just about. Yeah. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. You want to sit at this table and be happy? You better just go along with me being 37. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. So let's jump right into It's Happening Out. All right? You guys ready? Yeah! Let's do this. So TikTok has become the top source for viral content on the internet. Yeah, Jonathan Casañas knows a lot about that. You can find everything from recipes, hot guys like Jonathan Casañas on there. You can also check him out. Make sure you go follow him. And vacation clips as well. And nothing says vacation like a cruise on the new cruise brand, Virgin Voyages. I love Virgin. Virgin has been an iconic supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, and now Virgin Voyages brings that to an entire new level as your #1 choice of an LGBTQ plus vacation experience. Value is the word, a value that includes being an adult-only cruise. Leave those kids at home. Yeah. Wi-Fi, all food from 20 plus eateries, tips, group workouts, and even essential drinks all included, okay? Essential drinks. Those are the big, yummy, top shelf ones, all right? That's value, and their value are also self-evident. Virgin Voyages fights for equality and the rights to be seen, heard, and included. This is why Virgin Voyages is part of our best TikTok of the week. So each week we show our favorite TikTok video, and this week, Are Children Safe Around Gays is our favorite from @HeartThrobert.
This is Gay Science. In today's episode, is your child safe around the LGBTQs? A STEM professor at the Carly Gay Jepsen University developed a comprehensive system that assigns negative and positive values to everything a child can encounter. After running simulations, they published their findings as a ranked list of people most likely to cause harm to children. Homosexuals were not only harmless, but actually a good influence on children, as they inspired self-expression and didn't instill religious guilt at the age of 5.
Tell me all your secrets.
But while homosexuals are great for kids, kids are not great for homosexuals. The toll on the gay body is devastating. Children are annoying. They're loud. They shit their pants. They don't understand social cues. They're sticky. And worst of all, they're horrible storytellers. The mere presence of children picks away at the gay immune system, and in as little as 5 minutes can leave them in a comatose state. If you see a child approaching a gay, step in and do something. You might save a life. So while homosexuals are well-groomed, they are not groomers. They don't think of children that way. They don't even think of children, though you'd certainly find those types of people at the top of the list.
I love this. So this was our favorite TikTok of the week. What do you kids think about all this?
Heartthrober is amazing, but y'all should not have put this as the first topic on the show. I spent all my research time scrolling through.
Oh, yeah.
The furry chest.
Oh, he's hot as well.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
And he's got like just enough of that kind of playfulness that you know he's fun. You know he's.
Do you mean fun or like fun?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
like fun or
Got it.
I mean fun.
I mean, I've been on his Instagram, so I know he's that kind of fun.
He is. He can take it.
Yeah, he's.
I love it. So what do you guys think about the topic though?
Well,
Kids, LGBTQ?
I love the topic, and I love how, as a former educator, like, yes, I ran away from never wanting to have kids, and the fact that how the mass media now tries to portray us as the folks who are corrupting our young babies.
And grooming.
Where we're the ones who fight for love of one and make sure they're okay. Not to mention how the little blurb at the end with the Catholic priest and some of those crazy teachers, like those, not those ruining our children, it's us. Like, come on, dude. I love Heartthrob was on point with this one.
I mean, it's like you have to think about the entire scenario that's been playing out, right? I don't know how many of you guys know this, but there's a law they're trying to pass in Tennessee where they're trying to ban any sort of drag or any sort of non-gendered like impersonation around children. It's a felony they're trying to do. And now they just introduced another one in Texas. And the thing is that we have to be very serious when we think about this, because it is almost to the point of silliness now.
Absolutely.
And
ridiculousness.
It is like it's gotten to that point where they're painting us in this new light that it's an old light, but now it's back with a vengeance. And I think that we have to pay attention, because this, although it's funny,
it's truthful.
There's so much here.
So much truth,
There's
right?
so much truth about it.
And you know, the crazy governor talked about how drag queens reading to children. Children don't get read to at home. So if we don't step in and educate our young folks, our scholars are going to go. So how do you take, as you said, as much like the truth is, our babies will not have that fun education to make reading fun.
And let's think about us growing up, okay? Like, weren't we groomed all to be straight?
Yes.
Basically, and we're all 6 queer-ass people at the table right now?
That's why we hated ourselves for so long.
But see, I don't think that, like, I don't want to paint it all with one broad brush. I think they're just as much capable as any straight person, because, you know, I had my experience with creepy blockbuster gay guy. And when I was younger, you know, looking for that job.
Blockbuster gay guy. Wow.
You dressed up as a blockbuster
Exactly. I
employee?
shared. That was my first experience
you're
being
like-
hit on and like, well, what do you
was
like,
in
little
that
boy?
were you in that section though? Hold on. Was you in that section?
In Blockbuster?
Wait, no.
Blockbuster?
More importantly, did you rewind?
Yes,
Were
always.
you kind? Did you
rewind?
rewind?
I did. I didn't want nobody contacting me.
I will say I loved kids. Like I since I was a kid, I've always wanted kids. And I grew up, and my brother had a kid, and I met my nephew, and he kept punching me in the dick.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't want kids anymore.
Right?
They're a lot.
No, and I love my sister's kids. I love my friends' kids, and I love them all because I get to be the fun aunt, and I give them back.
Take 'em.
Yes.
Take 'em.
Bye. Thank you. You know? And is that bad?
That's part of the video, though. Like, to me, that's the funniest part, that I think that the straight paranoid people don't understand. Queer people don't even think of children. We literally,
I know.
like 90% of us don't even want to be around them at all.
Yeah.
We would prefer you keep them. So like the few of us like gay uncles and nieces and moms and dads, like that's a very small group, because the rest of us are like, they keep them away.
Which is kind of funny. It kind of plays into their kind of agenda or whatever, their mindset, because we're so inappropriate, because we don't think about kids.
We forget we're cursing in front of
Yeah,
them, like,
all the
constantly,
time.
and it's like,
Constantly
ooh.
being
The
shut
crazy
down.
thing is that we fill the void because we know how hard life was and is, and so therefore when we see that youngster with that sad face, we automatically put ourselves in that position. How can we make it better? Talk to me. What can I do? And then we can send them on their way, knowing that we did something right in the world because we made a difference.
Bet that they will come to you if their kid has a problem. They'll come to you if their kid is thinking
Their kid comes out gay.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're the first one that they call.
How
Am
many
I the
times have
only
I
one
been?
that wanted kids, or like?
I did,
kids?
absolutely.
I did.
Still would have.
By wanting a kid, because I know your age, does that mean that you want to go after a twink?
Honestly, I'm too.
Oh, you mean a kid?
I'm
You mean
too.
having a kid? Okay, my bad. No. Make sure.
But I'm too.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm too old right now. But
You are.
I do think about like what would have been because I do love kids. I was a teacher for 20 years.
But Papi, you still have time. Why wouldn't you adopt
Because my
children?
life has changed now to where like I'm not getting up in the morning. Like now it would be the next 20 years of my life, which I'm not willing to. I would have
give
done
up
it
for a
before.
child.
It just didn't work out that way. But
And
yeah,
things
I
are
love kids.
expensive. Them kids are
Absolutely.
expensive.
Kids are expensive. I ain't got time for that. You know
I'm
how much it
expensive
takes to
enough.
look like this? A lot of
Thank
money.
you.
Like seriously, right,
I'd
Auntie?
much
Seriously?
rather
A lot of
spend money on
A lot.
makeup.
Yeah.
Much rather.
To look that cheap.
Over
To look
Lego?
that- to look that
You
cheap.
need 2 incomes then, girl. Darn.
I'm moving on, all right? No more compliments for Jonathan Casañas.
I know
That's
you're
it.
right. I was loving
All
the show.
right. Before we leave the dock with TikTok, let's think about the best place to make your next video, a Virgin Voyages cruise.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through like a virgin. Touched for the very first time like a virgin. When your heart beats next to mine.
Thank you, Virgin Voyages. All right, you guys look like you need a drink bad, especially
Ooh, let's get
TriniDaddy.
started.
Let's do
Yes.
this. Let's play
Feed that
our
thirst.
yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. And I know most of you at this table, so I know that you guys be swallowing. We have played this game since season 1, episode 1. We invite you at home to play along with us. As I make 6 statements to our host, agree with the statement, they take the shot. Disagree, it's gonna be a long ass show. So don't disagree with me, just, take the shot. Always. When in doubt, take your neighbor's shot. Whatever you gotta do, all right? All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
let's play I'd Swallow That. I'd Swallow That is sponsored by the LGBTQ plus community's favorite spirit brand. Bacardi is the world's most loved rum brand and a special sponsor of our nonprofit 501c3 efforts to educate, inform, and empower the LGBTQ plus community. Bacardi is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors here in South Florida, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. Bacardi is also a legacy name in their support of the LGBTQ plus community, with sponsorships, pride embracements, and deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus charities and causes. Do not take that shot yet, Auntie. And that's why tonight, It's Happening Out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drink, Bacardi. All right, here we go. Magic Johnson has had plenty of challenges in his life, but having a gay child wasn't one of them at all. His son, EJ, came out publicly in 2013. Johnson told reporters that he has known for a long time that his son was gay, but in a recent interview with the podcast Club Shay Shay, Johnson talked elaborately on this. And despite some old-fashioned language, the sentiment shines through. Johnson said as his son got older and older, he started seeing it. The son tried to keep it from Johnson, but told him when he felt it strong enough, he told his dad. We are proud of EJ, and we are happy to see Magic Johnson accepting his journey so gracefully.
One more thing I want to ask you about this, because I really think you can help a lot of men, a lot of people in our community. Your youngest son chose to live his life as a gay man.
That's right.
And I remember, I heard somewhere where you said, well, it was, you kind of saw things that normal boys like to do. He kind of didn't want to do it.
Right.
So you kind of had an inkling, but you wanted to hear him say it.
That's right.
You didn't want to form, you're like, nah, this is not what I want to do. Mm-hmm. How was that conversation? Mm-hmm. And then how were you able to get past that? Because like they say, there's really no manual of how to be a parent, because you're going to be throwing curveballs that you don't have any idea how to hit. That's right. But you just got to sit there and say, okay.
Question number 1 with a Bacardi Gold shot like that, not even anything in it, just Bacardi Cold Ahí, toma, all right? I'd swallow that. AIDS hero Magic Johnson's story about his gay son is absolutely perfect.
Take it to the head.
No.
I'm gonna let Shannon Sharp slide on those choice words.
Right? That was a little knife to the back real quick.
I don't think he knows any better, but he has become a really cool activist for a lot of communities in sports with black people. I think it's really impressive what he's done. I think this coming out story is no longer a coming out story. It's more of how do you then maneuver through life as a parent and as Republicans and the right wing continue to bash us and give us these obstacles that we need to face, because this is an old story, but it's so impressive that he brought it back up and won with Magic going through the AIDS crisis and having HIV and then having a son who's gay and very, very much in the public eye, very feminine, very open about his femininity. It's very fun and interesting that they had that conversation now in this day and age, and I thought that was very fun. He also did say something. He also did say something very cool where he said, it's interesting how parents put that their agenda or whatever, their how they grew up on kids, because they're living vicariously through them. They want them to be them, or they wish they had what the kid is going through now. So if the kid is in NBA, they want him to be in the NBA when the kid may have not wanted to play basketball, but they force it because that's what they wanted to do as an adult.
Do you think that Magic Johnson is more understanding because of what he has gone through with HIV/AIDS, being that for that time that was a gay disease? You know, they blamed it on our community. They thought we were the only ones getting it. All of a sudden, this superstar basketball player has it and talks about it publicly.
Well, I think part of it is that, but part of it is also the fact that when he did, I remember when that happened. It was like the craziest thing ever. But I think it's the exposure to the rest of the community. Because if you remember, when he did get HIV, the community, his normal community, just tossed him.
Yep.
Right. Like, I mean, it was like it was, you know, just completely. And so the only people for a long time was the queer community.
You're right.
Right? The queer Los Angeles community and the California community. And I think that him seeing that and knowing that, it's the same thing we always say, which is once you see the queer world's humanity, then you start to understand, oh, the rest of the way the world is treating them is quite wrong. And I think that when you think about, and I was really glad about this interview because technically we're kind of at like a crossroads right now, because besides Magic, there's also Dwayne Wade and his daughter Zaya.
Yes.
And we're in especially in the Black community, we're facing a really interesting problem because you have men who are actively getting lots of hate, and I mean lots of hate, for supporting and loving their children. Meanwhile, you also have the same community that is talking about where are Black fathers, why are Black fathers doing, and you literally have two examples that are going above and beyond the normal, but they're actually getting the hate because of the homophobia that's still very rampant. So I was really glad that Shannon did that, because Shannon is held at that very high level within the community, and it needed to be said again. It needs to be said as many times as possible.
And I also think that
I wish that my mother was alive, God rest her soul, because my coming out with my mom, I was like 34 years old. It wasn't that long ago. And it seems like he accepted his kid before that. And the way that my mom, my British Caribbean mother, reacted was like Scarlett O'Hara on the ground. I have 2 children who are divorced, and what is that way? To this day, she never even said the word gay because it was just such a stigma to her. And I would love to have like shown this video. I was like, look, Mom, this big NBA Black man, and I say Black man because in her mind, like, you know, picture of what masculinity is. And I'm like, if he can accept his child, like, how the F can you be sitting here as a puddle on the floor?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know?
but it's different time too, Trini. You know,
It
like
did.
Magic Johnson says that he tried to put his son in sports.
Yeah.
It's Magic Johnson, right? So
like you
of
said,
course he's going to try to do that.
As a parent, you try to make sure your child is well-rounded. And so he watched. What he did was he paid attention, and he saw what wasn't working and what was working. And so then he said, well, let me wait, and I let my child identify who my child is. And as a parent, and so what was so important about this is that as a parent, he's now giving his son the tools he needs to survive. He's now giving him the energy and the strength and that barrier and the love publicly. And so what that's going to do for EJ is that regardless of how many haters, regardless of who comes after him, he has that armor that knows that my dad loves me. And I want to share a story with you. We shared about my mom like last show about her dying, and recently, after she passed, I found a letter. I had no idea that she wrote, and she told me in her words, no matter what happens, know I love you regardless. You are my son. Parents know. Whether they accept it or not, parents know. And so for me, but when I read this or when I looked into investigating this, it shows that parents will always have your back, and especially in the Black community, we've got to be a man. You got to stand up. We got to have lots and lots and lots of babies, reproduce. However, it's okay if you don't. And here's why: because you're my son, regardless. You're my spawn. You're my son. You're my daughter. You're my child, and I got to support you. And to your point, if Shannon can recognize this, horrible choice of words, but there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the community be like, you know what? We have children like that. We have nieces and nephews, and we got to do the same because the world is going to come.
Yeah, but you should also take credit. And sorry. Real quick, you should take credit as to how you impact people. These children, EJ impacted Magic. He changed Magic for the better. So sure, it may seem like traumatic in the moment, but as years go, they learn and they grow into a better person by accepting us and giving us the support that we need.
Do you think that we'll ever get to a point that we don't have to praise somebody for just being human?
No.
Because, I mean, he's just being human. We're giving him a gold star for
unfortunately
being a dad. Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah, he didn't take a drink.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you didn't take a drink. Why, Bobby? Why? Was the bartender bad? Because I'll fire him right now.
To me, I think that this was a lovely sentiment, but it does show that there is so much room for him to still grow. The word choice was used in regards to sexuality. When he talks about his son, twice he calls it a decision. And it's these small choices in language that make people think that what we are is something that they can affect. So, I mean, it's an absolutely wonderful interview, but I don't think that it's gone far enough. I think he needs to talk to his son. I think he needs to review his own language from that. Because if you're going to be an ally, be an all-the-way ally. Don't be an ally and use the language of oppression right within it.
May I challenge you on that? Because in the community, there's a decision to make to come out and to be gay. You make that decision, or you can make that decision to be celibate and not live to your full authentic self.
Or stay in the closet.
And stay in the closet and just not be who you truly are. And so when EJ made that decision to not only tell his dad, when EJ made a decision to come forward to take the limelight, he made a true decision to live authentically. And so I think by him utilizing those words, there was a decision that he made to live his life, to be queer, to be gay, to be pansexual. That's a decision that you make.
To be out.
Right. But not Shannon's words.
But it is different because
very different.
Within the community, I mean, and like I said, we could say this from like the Black community. When you use the word choice, right, and when you use it out of love, because it literally has a double meaning.
Yes.
Right? So when you use the word choice out of love, you're literally saying you're choosing to be public. You're choosing to be forward.
Out.
So it's more about the out status than the sexuality
exactly.
itself.
I don't know if that necessarily is what he meant, though. I personally, I think that was just the word.
No, the way Shannon Sharp used it, and like I said, it's literally the two different versions, right? There's the love version, and then there's like the respect version. Shannon Sharp literally doesn't know how to talk about it.
Right.
Like
clearly.
You can tell
he doesn't,
right?
Yeah.
And so when Magic talks about it, he's literally saying like, he made the choice to not, because that's the thing, and literally like it is a choice, especially in the Black community. And I'm not going to say this about any other community because I can't speak for any other community, but the world of DL, the world of down low, the world of all of these things, it is a very prominent within the Black community.
And brown.
And brown.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, because again, it's okay in many brown situations. It's like, it's okay that you're gay, but don't tell anybody.
Right.
And I'm okay if you speak for us, because I want to be included. I want our people to be included with your people in the coming out stories, because they're so similar. We relate in many ways.
We do.
Yep.
And if we don't agree to that, then we will always be kind of this segregated community.
And so I love that part, because you know what? Again, let's go back to making that word choice, a love choice, because some people choose to not exist because they don't know how to authentically live. And so EJ chose to live his authentic self. We know so many folks, I'm sure at this table, who chose to take their life because they didn't know how to.
Yes.
They had no idea. And so it's a true choice is, am I going to be who I am, or am I going to choose the way that out? Because I don't know how to tell my parents. I don't know how to tell my friends. Are you going to support me? So I choose now.
I know people that are married in heterosexual marriages, okay?
No,
we all know somebody, but it's
I chose not to continue to eat vagina.
Okay.
I said this was not going to be my life.
Again, all right?
I've smashed a few of them.
Seriously. All right, let's move on, all right? The latest episode of Great British Bake Off surprised viewers when contestant Januz Domagala? Is that how you say it?
Janusz.
Yeah.
Domagala.
Just call him
Never said his last name.
Domagala. Yeah. Okay. Janusz, one of the odd-on favorites to win, was the one to leave the tent, unfortunately. But now that his exit has become official, he shared a secret he kept throughout the season. Every week he wore one of the Progress Pride flag colors, and he stayed long enough to complete it. His fans, of course, were devastated after his exit. One fan wrote, quote, "You were fantastic and I'm gonna miss your eyeliner, funky boots, drip cakes, fantastic bakes, and pride colors," end quote. Quote, "You are an amazing baker and a joy to watch." With question number 2, the Bacardi Hurricane shot, "I'd swallow that. I'm already missing the gay guy in Great British Bake Off after his hidden rainbow flags." What do you think?
I'm
Who's
not
watching British
over it.
Bake Off?
I'm still not over it. So
You're mad at, what is it,
Mad about
Janusz?
it?
How do you say
I'm
his
very.
name? Janusz?
This was Janusz. This was like the craziest Bake Off when it got to like the final 5, because the show, you know, it's like a normal reality show, right? But all of the people that were leading all started going home. Like people that had won 2 and 3 times
had a
already
terrible week.
started going home because they were having really bad weeks. And so the finale that's about to happen, which actually does have a gay man, Sandro's in it, right? So it actually, we have the representation, but it was the most unexpected final 3 because every person that I thought, based on the first half of the season, they were all gone.
Yeah.
But what is the confirmation? So is Sandro definitely gay? Because I thought it was
he's
all
gay.
just
Yeah,
kind
there's
of.
plenty of gay people.
Yeah, he's gay. He's gay.
Bake Off.
Yeah,
but
so
he's
he's
definitely.
gay.
When did he come out? Like,
No, he's been out. I mean, it was the way that they were talking about it because British Bake Off didn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
So that was,
choice, not-
you know, what do you call it? That wasn't
Right,
part of
here
his
we go with the
storyline.
choice.
That wasn't part of his storyline. So they purposely kept Sandro very mysterious this whole time. But Sandro in his interviews keeps dropping things
Little
that it's
hints.
like, right? But because literally, like you can see in the editing, like when Janusz came on, his gayness was front and center. Like that was part of his storyline.
check that box.
Right, that was part of it. But Sandro was kind of like, oh, he's a fitness person who's also a nanny and this and that. And like, they didn't want to talk about it. And at one point, Sandro was talking about his partner.
that he
and-
gave a rose to
right,
every time.
it was very like that. And the thing is that Janusz, it was such a beautiful, talking about AJ, Janusz was unapologetically gay. No, nothing about him. He was himself the whole time. He made gay jokes with the like the whole thing. That it was so great to me that I thought, this is what I love about British television, is that he's not the joke.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Himself. He's just
himself.
Yeah.
And I know that if that same character was on an American reality show, I already know that he would be the butt of many jokes because
And
they,
memes, yeah.
you know, because
And
that's
memes,
just how it is.
Of course.
But
Well,
it's
I
like,
don't watch the show, so I don't care that he left, but I'm going to take the
Wow,
shot because
okay.
I love a hidden message. And I think that's super creative that he did that, so
You're
props
right.
to you.
Well, again, listen, so
Janusz.
you diehard fans, I just want to remind you that it's reality TV.
Oh, yes. I was gonna
So
add
it's
that.
scripted.
Scripted.
So it's fake, honey.
Yeah.
Kind of like wrestling was.
Why do they call it
TriniDaddy.
reality?
I didn't really think about that, to be honest.
You know, so they're going to hide the storyline about that very popular gay boy
Yeah.
to the end because it's going to be a better
It's a
way
better TV.
to
So
finish
sad.
the show. So guess what? You heard it here first. That guy won.
And
Whoever
so,
that guy is,
I
he won.
also did not watch the show, but I did drink because what and learning about this, it goes back to what we talked about in the earlier segment. Why can't we have 2 gay guys who represent different part of the community who still be
There are
same
3
gender
gay
level?
guys,
Well,
actually.
3, I mean,
Yeah.
and be front and center and be totally who they are and not have the head. I do love a hidden message. I do love utilizing something to keep you through, keep you as the momentum to make me want to win. So I love that opportunity. But again, why do we have to? That's the question.
Yeah.
The storyline. Why can't we have 3 open?
Look at him. He's so cute. He's adorable. I just want to bake with him and like, sit on the couch.
He's adorable.
absolutely
Look
adorable.
at that face.
Right?
He's
And
adorable.
The thing is,
he's a
too,
cutie.
is that now I'll say American television is starting to get better, right? Because right now there is a queer woman on Hell's Kitchen, and just the fact that she talks about and they have pictures of her and her girlfriend and things like that, I was like, oh, this is so perfect, right? Because this is number one. It's not a storyline. This is just her talking about her life.
Yeah.
But it was just so great because I thought, oh, we are making some. It's incremental. But we are making
Baby
some
steps.
progress
But
here.
why?
But we're
Why?
doing them.
Why? I feel like we were already on that. Why do you think it's now incremental?
I think because, and this is because of our current climate,
Yeah.
if you pay attention to a lot of the media again, it's starting to pull back.
Oh, you think?
Absolutely.
We are starting to see a pullback, and even movie studios now are trying to be more like that new movie that's coming out from Disney right now, because they have a queer character that's going to be in that, and like the conservative right is already like protest it, do this, do that, don't go see it, and all of that. I mean, it's starting. Like, it's really happening at this point, because now that this stupid legislation has come out, now they're using the language of the legislation and talking about grooming and talking about this again. And so
and self-hate.
Sorry, self-hate.
And self-hate. And so therefore, a lot of movies are going to change. And
Well, it comes down to the dollar.
Listen,
They
let's just
feel
all
like
go
it's
see Wakanda Forever. What is that, right? And
Wakanda. She
Wakanda
said
Forever and
Wakanda.
have a fabulous time and forget about everything
forget
else.
about everything,
all right?
yes.
also, let's make sure we vote for Shangela and Dancing with the Stars.
Yay!
In the finale.
She's phenomenal in that.
awesome.
My God, I saw her this morning on Kelly and what's the guy's name that's not gay but he should be? Ryan Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest.
He should
right?
be. He all
should
day,
be.
all day,
I
every
mean,
day.
come on,
I mean, I
join
wouldn't
us,
mind
Ryan. I
having
mean,
on
you're
this side,
adorable.
sure.
Anyway, but I saw Shangela on there and she was so incredible. I mean, she's already top 4, top
She's in the
5, right?
final.
Like,
In the final.
What a professional.
Incredible.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Isn't that cheating? Like, she's already a phenomenal dancer that they put
No,
on
it's
the
not
show.
cheating. TriniDaddy.
No,
I haven't seen the show. I just
not a-
learned
she's
that she's on the show right now.
She's not a ballroom.
I'm gonna watch
She's the
it.
first drag performer to ever be on Dancing
Oh,
with the Stars.
I didn't
So
even think
is
of
just
that.
Huge,
And
all
it's the
right?
first male.
He didn't even think of that.
Oh, I didn't even.
Well, you
didn't even think of
know.
that.
Well, on the American.
Also, you know, we had to give him credit. He didn't think that, you know, professional ballroom is very different than going out and doing a show. Like, you know,
And it's
Auntie Maim
different.
was very different.
Very different.
Listen, at
Shangela
the end of the
is
day,
so
you know whose
talented.
fault it is? Kanye West. All right,
Yes.
let's move on.
And we're done. Yes.
Lauren Drain, a woman who was raised in the anti-LGBTQ plus Westboro Baptist Church, has left the church and joined OnlyFans.
Yes.
She has gained millions of social media followers and is now known as the world's hottest nurse. The church is a Kansas-based hate church infamous for displaying God hates fag signs at funerals. Lauren Drain, now 36, said that her father brought her family into the church when she was barely 14 years old. Though she now refers to the hate group as a cult, Drain said that as a young teen, the church's extreme beliefs and expectations made her think that she had to display such signs to be a good Christian and to make her Christian family proud. Question number 3, with a Bacardi Cola shot, I'd swallow that. I just knew you go from anti-LGBTQ plus hate group Westboro Baptist Church to an OnlyFans model.
Yes.
She should have never been a nurse. Looking at these pictures, she should have done
You saw her?
OnlyFans. That
She's
shit
hot.
came out.
She's hot.
But she's not doing
hot
like,
as hell.
she's just posing in bikinis.
You don't know what
that's
she's
just
doing.
We're not gonna
Instagram.
play. Like,
Are you
for actual
subscribed?
footage.
Are you subscribing to our
No,
channel?
but-
Do you know what else she's
Got something
doing?
to tell me?
Trini?
He's already
I mean,
hating her
I
about
tried
it.
to read up on it. I didn't think so, but I could be wrong.
Well, she's well
She's
built.
not under my subscription.
She's well manufactured.
She's sturdy.
She's well manufactured. I mean, she's definitely built for it.
She's a brick house. She's a brick house.
Absolutely, and I love the.
I would let her take my temperature
I wonder.
anytime.
I wonder what like.
the 2-finger way, or, you know.
If that works, that's the best way to get my temperature is right through there.
It's hot. It's hot.
That's all I know.
Oh wow! Now I'm in.
Yo,
now
I'm
I'm
feeling a
wondering
little
about that. I'm like, wait, is that a thing?
It should be. If
but
you do
also-
it up the butt, you should
Oh
be
yeah,
doing it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But what crackled
let
me
me-
about all of this is that when she said about how they had signs that said September 11 was on point, like, oh my God, that made me cringe.
Yeah.
How can you be so for church and so for love and your own folks, but yet bring harm to the country where so many diverse people die alone? Not even the LGBTQ hate thing, because again, like we know, they're going to always hate us, although because they have so many of us in their families that they closeted and do so many things with. But the fact that they that much hate resonates in a person.
Well, she says, she says that
wasn't-
I think she's got a memoir or something coming out, and she said that the members there of the church were treated worse
Yes.
than what the hate that they would be known to us.
And
So
it
I
makes
mean,
sense.
It was a cult.
To
Like,
project
it was a cult,
that.
yeah.
It really
It
was.
is.
I mean, the web. I remember when they first got like on the internet. I remember their website was literally GodHatesFags.com. Like that.
no, it was not
Yes.
anti.
Yes, that was.
Oh
their,
my
'cause
God.
That was like those are the signs. Those are the signs they carried at like people's funerals and things like that. And they're like it was. I remember when it was really bad. Like 'cause they used to have like a large following for a period of time. And I guess people woke up, or who knows what happened. But I mean, it was
Because they felt the hate within their own communities. Like, why do I want to stick around if you're shitting on
But there was also one of the, I think the most beautiful displays of activism that I've
Yes.
ever seen was
Yes.
when they were going around protesting the funerals of people with AIDS, and you had gay men and women come out with these gigantic angels on like PVC pipes with just fabric, just to hide
them out.
just to hide the protesters from the people attending.
But I do want to say I don't blame her because as
For
somebody
joining OnlyFans or for leaving?
I don't blame her for any of her views that
Blame
she might
God.
have had before, because I grew up super evangelical. I was homophobic. I didn't even know I was gay because to me, in my evangelical religion, gay didn't exist. Gay
Got
was
it.
just a perversion of a person.
So did you think that you were perverse? Did you think that you were different? What did you think?
You know, I kind of was like a little Buddha when I was little. I was always just kind of sussing things out, and I was thinking like, once I realized I was gay, which took a long time for me to understand because there's the whole bisexual thing or whatever. Like I thought, I think everybody else is wrong. Like, how could this be wrong? Like, I'm awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm awesome.
I
so
didn't
lucky
ever
to have that.
It's
I mean, I was
true.
gonna say,
I
thank the
never
Lord that
had
that
low
happened.
self-esteem.
Insightfulness,
Yes.
right? Because most people
that is
don't.
not-
Most people, we deal with the self-loathing. We deal with the self-hatred. We're thinking, okay, if church and state hate us, right, then maybe I am
Maybe
this
it's
horrible,
me.
worthless person. You know, and you had
It didn't even
as much
cross
shit
my
as I talk
mind.
about you, you're actually a more elevated person that I've given you credit for.
Well, thank you, Al. I really appreciate it.
Damn. And that was the moment of the night.
Are you saying she looks old today?
Next! The Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida returns for its 6th holiday performance at the Hard Rock Live on Sunday, December 18th, 2022. Yes, I am blocking you out. From 7 to 9 p.m. this year, the organization welcomes to the stage Tony Award nominee and Billboard chart-topping recording artist, Shoshana Bean. Sorry. Shoshana Bean. This South Florida tradition will include classics such as Oh Come All Ye Faithful, Silent Night, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Do You Hear What I Hear,
Yes,
A
I
World
do.
of Joy, an arrangement composed by Gary Fry. I thought that said Gay Fry. I was like, his name is Gay Fry.
You are
Love it.
so gay.
Composed by Gary Fry
Fries.
and a whole lot more. Here's a video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Slay. Question number 4 with a Bacardi lemonade shot. I'd swallow that. I know it's Christmas when the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida has a concert at Hard Rock Live. Woo! Are you ready?
I still got to get my
Funny
Christmas list
first
together.
full circle moment.
Oh.
Okay.
The first time I ever like really started questioning I was gay was actually here at Sunshine Cathedral at a gay male, I don't know what they called them back then, but the chorus.
chorus.
And they contracted people from UM, and so I was there at the time as a student. So we came here and was playing, and I said, something seems a little different about this Catholic church.
They smell good.
And then there was
Right.
the
They
chorus.
sound good, right? They're fabulous.
And I went into the bathroom,
And it all starts back
It all
up.
starts
Okay.
at the back. It
Not
all
that kind of
starts at the
show.
back.
and right in front of the urinal was a Siegfried and Roy like poster. And I said, this is really different from the church that I go to.
Was this 30 years ago?
This was 21 years ago. And then I like somebody in the choir, I guess they didn't have their mic close enough. And so somebody said, deep throated. And I was like, "What?" they would never say that in my church choir. And then everything, like, you know, in the movies with like when Stifler realizes he's in a gay club and then like suddenly everything starts to make sense.
So
I was
did
like,
everything
oh
go
my
dark for
gosh.
you and the light came on and you were like,
No, you heard the music. You heard the choir sing.
like,
That was an asshole. That
I was
an
like,
asshole.
I'm getting out of here, but I'm gonna process this later.
I love
Did you
that.
go back to the bathroom? Right. Did you go back to the bathroom?
No, I didn't.
I love that. Can you folks believe that it's already like the holidays already come? We talked about Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" last time, and it's like
It's already going up the chart again.
It's not a holiday unless gay men are together singing. I mean, it's truly not any kind of holiday unless you have a whole bunch of gay folks.
well, and
together
now this
celebrating.
is when all the Christmas parties start. This is when we see those folks that, aren't out or, get all like drunk at the Christmas party and do things that they shouldn't. That's always fun,
Sounds
right?
like me every day.
Sounds like you on a Tuesday. That's not even like a holiday party.
And I think the gay choir, I think, is also something that we have to look at, just not as a show, but like what they do in the community is huge. I sang for the Voices of Pride, which is Palm Beaches.
Oh, beautiful.
For like,
you sing, Mark?
okay.
Oh.
Okay, Mark. Here and there. But
He had a whole bathroom moment. A whole bathroom moment again.
but, it can be so hard, like, to find cool people and hang out with people that that is not just like bar related and stuff. And that is something that even if you don't like sing great, if you can sing in the shower, go audition, be a part of something like this, because it's lifetime friends that you have.
I heard they have a shower
that.
that you have to audition in front of them and sing.
Naked.
Is that right?
When I auditioned for the choir, I told them that I had 2 conditions. So they had me sing first, and they said, "Well, what are your conditions?" I said, "Well, the first one
Sciatica?
is you bitch." So the first, I'm not that old. The first condition was I want to be in the front row. I'm very dramatic. I use my hands. They're like, "Oh, no problem." And they said, "What's the second condition?" I said, I never want to do a solo. They said, "No problem."
As a casting director,
I'm not really that good. I'm
and
good
who
in the
does
choir,
vocal
not
auditions,
solo.
I'd have told your ass to walk right out if you were like, "Oh, you need to be in the front." I'm like,
Me
"Thanks,
I need to be in the front and
We'll
no
call
solo
you.
for anybody.
I have such a soft spot for any choir stuff because I did choir like high school, college, and it was so funny because that's the first time I interacted with other gay people.
I love it.
Like in my high school, everybody wasn't out, but literally like the entire tenor section, everybody's gay, right? And that was the first time that I even heard about a person in high school having same-sex relations with somebody, because the guy next to me was like talking about his weekend, and I'm literally sitting there like, what's happening right now? Like,
where am I?
I think I was like a sophomore and he was a senior, and he was like talking about his weekend, and I'm literally just like,
and he's like, "Auntie Maim, let's go to the bathroom."
Right?
Let me take my wig off so I can hear you better.
but it's true. It's like, I think that for me, every time it's time for the Gay Men's Choir, it's like always takes me, it's like a throwback, because it's just one of those places where a lot of times the gays that are not necessarily party gays or not necessarily
the theater gays usually.
the theater gays. This is where you go.
The
and, like,
husband
find your
material
people.
gays.
Literally.
So much joy. You see it.
There's
So much joy.
there's this guy. His name is Gabe Salazar, and he's like director of something. I don't know what he's director of,
Yeah,
right?
okay, great.
But he sings at the choir here at Sunshine Cathedral, and it's like, he's so beautiful, and then the beautiful words come out his mouth, and he's actually going to be, he's part of the Gay Men's Chorus, so he's going to be putting this whole thing together. They're just beautiful people with incredible talent, and we should always support them. And like Mark said, it's not all about a party for everything that we do, all right? We like stand-up, we like improv, we like to go see shows, so support events like this.
Do I
all right?
smell the musical episode of It's
Jazz
Happening Out coming out sometime soon?
I have no
I'm
musical.
so into it too. I'm
Me
like,
too.
wow.
Unless I'm in the shower, I have no musical talent. I'm sorry. All right. Just like LGBTQ plus on Wilson Drive, we are taking a lot of shots. So let's take a momentary break and hear from our sponsor, Bacardi Rum.
Foundation for that.
Thank you, Bacardi, and thank you, TriniDaddy, for gracing us with your presence. All right. On Wednesday, November 9th, Fox aired the 7th episode of The Masked Singer, Season 8, titled Hall of Fame Night. Regular judge Ken Jeong was absent from this particular episode, which led to the late Jordan filling in for him on the judging panel. Prior to the airing of this new episode, Fox issued an official statement on TV dedicating to Leslie Jordan. Nicole, who also is a regular judge on the series, wrote in the Instagram post, quote, "It's Hall of Fame night on The Masked Singer tonight, and the last time we all got the chance to be together with the late Leslie Jordan. We dedicate tonight's episode to you, Leslie. We love and miss you."
The Masked Singer has had its most legendary season yet. And Fox tonight, it's
Hall of Fame night.
with the world's greatest in sports, music, and more behind the mask.
That's an OG right there.
Plus 2 bombshell Hall of Famer reveals
Who is it?
that will leave your heart pounding.
I love her.
Oh my
I love
God.
her. Question number 5 with the Bacardi Old Cuban shot. I didn't call you an old Cuban, Jonathan. I
just
said that
like
the
old
drink
Cubans,
was an
though.
old Cuban, and I know you like old Cubans. So I swallow that. Leslie Jordan secretly on Masked Singer is a perfect final tribute.
Yeah.
Who watches Masked Singer?
I watch the show.
Do you religiously?
I do, because you
They
know what?
have that channel down there in Homestead?
I watch it on Hulu.
I just lost so much respect for you.
And the
But go
thing
ahead.
is that I actually didn't see the statement about Leslie Jordan prior to it, and it doesn't show up in the credits before. So I was shocked when I was like, they didn't even make an announcement right before, and I was like,
TriniDaddy was beside himself. He's dead. Don't
He's
you people know
still
that?
alive? He survived? So I was watching it and I was like, okay, I'm sure they're going to make an announcement at the end or something of it. And I thought it was really beautiful. I watched the show because from a production person's point of view, the production value of the show with choreographers and arrangements and everything, the first season it came out, I was like, they're investing so much money into this show for this family-friendly content. And a little side note about TriniDaddy is that when Nicole was coming up back in the day, we were both on a reality show, and we were backstage, and she is really the sweetest person.
And we can see it went well for her and not so well for you.
Well, what was the reality show?
She was my
What
judge.
was the reality show?
Well, she was the Pussycat Dolls? Wait, she was
No,
the
this
Pussycat
is when
Dolls,
she was
right?
in.
Yeah.
This was before that when she was in Eden's Crush, and it was a reality show.
Oh, okay. And
Which was a good.
what reality show were you
I don't
on,
want anybody
TriniDaddy?
looking shit up. So.
No, God, you brought it up, bro. What is it?
It was an MTV show, like a
reality show, like a Real World?
No, like a karaoke kind of show.
Like Wallin'
Remember that?
Out?
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Wallin' Out? No,
No, it's like Say What karaoke.
The one that got canceled.
Oh,
Well,
say what
it would be 23 years old now, Faye, but yes.
All right.
So I think this is awesome.
He's hesitant.
Trini, I got you, baby.
Yeah, it was a
like,
karaoke.
all right.
I forget the name. It was like karaoke
And
something.
we forget your
or
name all the
something.
time. So,
I think
She was really mean, though. I didn't think she was that nice.
She was sweetest
you met her at the
pie,
beginning of it.
and also my
You met her before Monday.
My niece met her in a KFC a year before
KFC,
that.
that bitch don't eat KFC.
So I said, "You remember
Shut up,
my
Trini,
niece?"
You're lying.
And she said that she would call my niece and wish her a happy birthday, but
she
I
didn't.
I didn't have a cell phone at that time because it took me a little longer to get in the game.
Yeah, because
but she was the best. She was
That
amazing.
happens.
last year.
But I think this is awesome because what it does to be, I think it's amazing that they gave him that moment, but it reminds us that we all have a dash. Like we all have a space that we have to live. We have to live every life to the moment.
Yeah.
Because not only this show, he did a reality show on home TV where he was building something on Property Brothers, and they're going to show that
did?
too.
Really?
And so like you never know.
For their whole thing.
Right, and so you never know when your moment is. And so imagine him going through his life, doing all these different things, and not being able to have that fruit of the labor of all this variety of the body of work that he has. And so we don't take the time now to live in our moment. We will have that memorial, that moment where it's happening out where Elimination was.
Listen, and he lived his life
he
to the
lived his
fullest.
life to
Just
the-
think
I
about it,
love
like
this.
if anybody at this table knows the movie Sordid Lives, right? Like a million years ago, and then he would keep on fighting to come back, fighting to be relevant again and again. Now, after he passed away, I heard from many gay boys about the escapades that he would have down here in South Florida.
I heard,
and they were many.
There's pictures of it's like Bigfoot. There's like Leslie Jordan sightings from like people taking pictures of him all
Yes, right? Did you? Okay,
Oh my
I
God.
saw that too. Like all my friends were
Rosie's
posting
and, like,
pictures
all-
of them,
absolutely.
and they all had their great stories about some right here at Sunshine Cathedral when he performed here, and behind some bleachers or in a bathroom, like kind of deal. That's amazing. He was one of us, and one of us to the fullest.
Absolutely.
Like you know what I mean?
Every day,
in
every
every
day.
breath, and like you said, Elimination. Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
And so these moments we got to live them. And so when I saw that, I was like, that is so awesome. They did not remove it. They allowed his fans to see him living his life, and for us to really relish in that fact that we had him, and we remember those moments that he was here.
That's right. We love you, Al.
And if you can't,
We were talking about Leslie Jordan.
Oh, sorry.
But it's okay.
Another
but
old
if you
one.
can, watch that Property Brothers episode because it is Rosemary who plays like the psychologist who pulls her shirt down at the end. and I guess her boyfriend is like
he was in the movie.
Yeah, he was in the
a
movie.
Minor part though.
Yeah, he was like one of the just Western
They've
guys.
been
So
friends
he
ever
goes in and redoes the house, and it's him the whole episode.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
so
wonderful.
funny.
He will be missed.
And with his hands and stuff, like it's so hilarious to me to see that. Although I've never met him in Wilton Drive, but to see this little short guy just being,
Well, and
just
think
being
about
big,
during
smiling,
pandemic.
like,
During
yeah.
pandemic, he was doing all these crazy videos,
he
which
got
brought him
through the
relevant
pandemic.
again.
Yeah,
Like,
he got people through the pandemic.
He did.
Yeah.
Because
really did.
I think that's one of those things about being unapologetically you, right? He doesn't do anything that's like off the chart. He's just himself.
Yeah.
And when you're yourself and you love yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, it's like a light that you shine and people are drawn into it. And I think that's what happened during the pandemic is that all before then, it was always a character. Yeah. And then during the pandemic, everybody realized he's not a character. This is
just who he
him.
is.
Yeah.
Like this is person that's like made us laugh for years. This is him all the time.
It gives you permission. It gives you permission to let your light shine when you see somebody else doing
He
it.
should have had his own show, like a Carol Burnett kind of thing. Or
Well, he
sketch
did. He had
comedy.
Call Me Cat, but
He called me
it
Cat.
was
that
terrible.
They had the one that was
which
the-
was still going,
they
though.
had
Call
the
Me
one
Cat's
that
still
was
going,
like-
but it's awful.
It's awful.
They had the
If
one
you
that was
watch
like the new gold that was supposed to be
Edit.
the new Golden Girls that they
Yes,
tried.
he was.
The old guys.
With
The old guys.
With the old guys.
Yeah.
I think it was called the old guys.
Maya Bellick.
That's the Call Me Cat.
That's the Call Me
Okay.
Cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
tried a couple.
maybe I'm the only one. When I would go visit someone who I didn't want no one to know, I would say I'm going to go visit my friend Benji. My business associate Benji. So, so I was like, if someone say, where you going? And I didn't want you to know, I'm going to visit my
Do
business
you remember?
associate
Okay, so
Benji.
that was his boyfriend on Will and Grace.
Will and
was
Grace.
Benji. And
Big black buck.
His name
Big
was
black
always
buck.
Benji, but the
Benji.
boy always changed. It was a different boy each time, but his name was always Benji. I love that. So be missed, my friend.
Passed away.
Everybody take a shot for Leslie Jordan for sure, all right?
Yes.
Next. For the first time ever, British Airways. I am so excited about this story, okay? So, all right, take it all in. All right. For the first time ever, don't take it all in like that, John.
I tried. I had to take a deep breath.
Jesus! For the first time ever, British Airways will allow male pilots and crew members to wear makeup and earrings. As per the updated policy that became effective on November 14th, the airline will allow staff to be bold, be proud, be yourself. Meanwhile, Virgin Atlantic also has news for the queer community. The airline has ditched its former gendered uniform policy. Now women can wear pants, men can wear skirts, and job applications have skyrocketed since this news. Virgin no longer has issues recruiting the best potential employees. We applaud this British move. Question number 6, with a Bacardi ginger shot. That's real ginger in there, okay? David,
Yes, you did.
push that
For
in,
Leslie.
all right? I'd swallow that. I love the British invasion as Virgin and British Air make sweeping gender issues in flight.
Yes.
Shout out to them, for sure.
Thought like were male flight attendants, like they were prohibited from wearing makeup? Because I could have sworn all them flight attendants were wearing makeup when I saw them, and everybody knew, and it was fine.
I think
Or
they
it's-
don't mean like
drags?
they don't mean like makeup that just conceals like
They
what
mean
I'm wearing.
makeup.
They're meaning
Yeah.
like liner that
drag,
you can see.
kind of, or like-
no, not drag,
No,
just
but even like
more
maybe-
expressive.
Exactly, like you can have something just like just normal, like not normal, but just like not a lot of
Like
makeup.
an
If a man
eyeshadow,
wants
a
to wear
cat
eyeshadow,
eye.
if a man
If
wants
a man wants to wear eyeliner, you say
Okay.
it's fine.
It's beyond makeup because that's the thing, and I think
yes.
that the statement's the most important. We're finding the best possible people. That should be industry. Pay attention to that, because that's part of the problem. Is that if you have industries in this world that is full of diverse people, whether it be black women's hair, all of these kinds of strange things, it's like, guys, this is a new century. You really have to stop acting like it's like.
They
Letting
want
it-
to control everything,
The
and it's
market is
not that way.
very competitive.
And think about who are the best flight attendants.
Yes.
Gay our folks, or LGBTQ plus
people who are
folks.
expressive and can live up to who they are. And imagine going to work loving yourself and loving what you did to yourself that day. And this is how I express myself. It's so amazing. You know, as someone who's two-spirit, one day I might feel this guy. Next day I might feel like this person or this them. And I can live my moment and be that. That's amazing. But when you stifle that growth, you stifle that productivity, you stifle that amazingness. And one thing I will share, we have a community member here who is transitioning, and she is able to, her airlines is American Airlines, and I won't say her name, but she was fully embraced to allow herself to wear her uniform as herself.
That was
and
a
when I
big
saw
day
that,
for
I
her.
was so amazed.
I was too.
The whole message and her whole platform had changed.
Yeah.
That smile changes, and I said, but imagine. Imagine her work ethic was probably on 10. Now it's like 110.
Yeah.
Because she's comfortable in her skin.
Well, because she believes in the company that she works for. Okay, a happy employee is always going to work harder for the place. Okay,
right. And that's
my sister. Okay, she's a woman, and transitioning of the trans experience, and she works for Delta Airlines. I'm not going to say her name.
Absolutely.
Everybody here knows her, but the fact that like they had a special stylist for her. You know what I mean? And she's got these beautiful uniforms and she looks incredible in them, you know? They know she's trans. They embrace the fact that she's trans. And, and I don't want to give this airline a pass. They're smart.
Right.
This is smart.
Think about it.
But do you think that works for every industry?
No.
Should we?
Yes, it does. It does. The thing is, the reason why it's working for organizations right now is because the market is really competitive. This is an employee market, right? We have so many people like just jumping from job to job, from company to company. There's no really loyalty. And so what happens is we need to fight for the top candidates that we can. What's the smartest way to do it? Is to opening it up to everyone.
Yeah.
Why would you want to not find the top talent by stifling the employee? So you have a lot of attrition. People tend to leave. But right now, what British Airways is doing is saying, I want to give someone a safe place and an environment where they can be themselves because we want to keep them. We want them to work hard. We want to incentivize things. We want to put benefits in where we can keep them for long term because then we don't have to keep looking for the people. Right. And Delta's going to go, oh, we just lost someone to British. Yeah. American Airlines, we just lost.
Oh yeah, and that training is now 1, 2, 3. It takes months, so you're going to train somebody and then lose them. I think it's super smart.
And to go to, like you said, and go to an airline that says, you know what, I want you as you are, because that flight attendant is going to want to go to work because they don't have to worry about I got to take this off, or I got to now put myself in the luggage. I got to put myself in the closet. I can go out as who I truly am.
It's part of your package, right? Like if you think salary and bonus, but some of those benefits include me dressing as I want to feel and as I am. Like if I get a meal voucher, or that's all part of your package. If I get to come here and wear a skirt because this is who I feel I am today, then that's the company I want to work with.
And you're representing LGBTQ plus as a whole in front of 300 people at each flight, all right? You're going to encounter people that have never been around LGBTQ, right? And all of a sudden, you're not dressed in a comfortable way to be able to retaliate, to defend yourself, Let me be dressed how I want to be dressed, how I authentically am able to show who I am. And it's things that we take for granted, like a man bun, okay? Earrings, all right? Lashes. These are all things that were not allowed to be worn by flight attendants, and now Virgin and British Airways are going to allow them to.
Yep. And even now, some airlines are allowing them to wear the pronoun pens, which I think is even better because now you're now authentically being who you are. I want to go to work. I want to do those things. I want to be myself in my job. I want to stay at this job because they now accept me. They see me. Yeah. I can grow here. I don't have to worry about it.
And this is also measured though. Like when employees leave companies and they do exit interviews, that's often when they're using like a leadership person. Money is like the number 5 on the reason of why they would leave. They've always left because of another reason. You'll take a pay cut to go somewhere and be yourself and be valued and feel like you can grow.
I work in an industry in the classical world. Like, in addition to selling music, they're also selling image and they're also selling class. And so it's been a discussion mainly on my part, but I feel like it's not even a discussion in this world anymore. But like men have to wear tuxedos and girls have to wear some kind of elegant black or whatever. And this binary is like very strong in the industry. So if I said, I don't feel comfortable, not necessarily because of gender, but maybe because I just don't feel comfortable in jackets performing. So I would say, like, I wish I would be able to wear what like a female, like.
So you wouldn't be able to dress Billy Porter, gender fluid kind of deal? Oh, hell no. You wouldn't be able to.
No,
like, literally, they would tell you to leave. There's a paper that says that you can't.
There's a paper that specifically tells you what you need to look like as a male and as a female. And they're in Wilton Manors too.
No, I
so
I
this
don't, I don't doubt.
So it's a conversation. I hope that it gets,
because they don't know what to do with it, right? They haven't been trained and they don't know how to tell you
they're
you need
part
to
of the
look
community as well.
Yeah, but they don't know how to say you need to be presentable. When airlines are saying you can wear your earrings or you can show your tattoo, but that tattoo can't say fuck off.
No.
So you can wear a skirt because it's still presentable. So they just don't know how to manage that process.
But and it's also a service that people have to fly. I mean, so come and allow your people who look like my flight attendants can come and feel safe on this flight, and we're making space for you. And so therefore, imagine those families. We have siblings who can't go to certain spaces because they don't feel safe. Yeah. So imagine our siblings knowing that there's a flight attendant who looks like them on the flight. And I think until the capitalism joins into where people are, that people don't want to change because they're fearful of the people who support them are not going to spend their money.
Yeah, guess who's the #1 airline for places to work for in Europe? British.
British Airways. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Well, so I'd swallow that. That was such a great segment. And
it was.
I know, you need more booze.
I do too.
Right?
To Leslie Jordan. Oh, no, done.
That's what happens. Next up is a segment we call our Best Thing of the Week. This week's Best Thing of the Week is a celebration that is close to home. For months, our friends and colleagues at South Florida Gay News have been asking you about the best of South Florida. It is a long-time annual tradition, and one of those categories is Best Television Personality. We take you live to the South Florida Gay News Best of South Florida Academy Awards.
Welcome back to the 53rd Annual South Florida Gay News Best of South Florida Academy Awards. Queer television personalities are really an oxymoron. It'd be easier to find non-LGBTQ plus news, weather, and lifestyle personalities. But there must be a winner. We're gay after all. So here are the nominees for Best Local Television Personality. From WSVN 7 News, anchor Craig Stevens.
Journalism in some fashion when I was really young. If the news came on, I'd kind of watch. I didn't understand a lot of what was being said.
From WPLG Local 10, ABC meteorologist Brandon Orr.
Here's a check of radar. You can still see that we have some light showers around, but it's not as widespread as what we have.
From NBC6, meteorologist Steve McLaughlin.
NBC6, and the most amazing thing that stands out about climate change in South Florida is the temperature. It's amazing to think that...
From CBS 4 news reporter Ted Scouten.
That it collapsed as well. That was a brick building. All the bricks just seemed to all slide over to one side, indicating that it looked like the...
And from Hotspots magazine happening on television network, a lesbian who has more gay boys in her bed than anyone we've ever seen, it's FayWhat.
To hack Lil Nas X.
And the winner of Best Local Television Personality is FayWhat from Hotspots magazine happening on television network.
I'm going to be the one to cry tonight, I'll tell you right now. They said this couldn't be done. Oh, Benton, what you did for me. You changed my life, truly. This means so much more to me this time. I don't know why. I think the first time I hardly felt it because it was all so new. I owe a lot to the cast, to my players, to Lindsay and John and Danny and Ed and Amy, and my little friends, Ginny and Yankton. I owe a lot to my family for holding me together and loving me and having patience with this obsession of me. But I want to say thank you to you. I haven't had an orthodox career, and I've wanted more than anything to have your respect. The first time I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it, and I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
That girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all laundry. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, what?
It seems like the best thing of the week is me.
You are.
Oh, my goodness.
We all have a famous friend now. I'm
Right.
so
We should
excited.
have another
Yes.
shot for that. We should have a shot for that.
Did you see those 4 other people that I was up against?
Yeah.
Come on, those gay boys know how to Vote.
Is that why they're
Okay, because come on.
That's why they voted for you.
No, that's why
you
they're
had the biggest dick in that group. Come on now. You know you had the biggest
had
dick
nothing
in that
on
group.
you.
Craig Stevens.
That's why there were 4 funerals in Wilton Manors last week. They took them all out.
Good.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel?
I mean, this is the first time that we're talking about this out loud. Like, I don't even know how to feel, you know? It means that I love my gay boys and I love my community, and I've only just wanted to be authentically me. And it's not easy to be a girl in this community. It isn't, you know? And it's taken a couple of years, but you like me! You really like me!
Good lip sync, by the way. You killed
You
that.
killed it. You killed it.
Oh my God!
Especially with the last name,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you jumped in.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
and I was doing that with my production team here, and I was like, okay, one more time, I gotta do this. You don't understand. The gay boys are gonna notice, okay? And they're gonna get mad. And
You know that's the superstar already. My production team. You know all right. You feel that? You feel it? You feel the change coming? I feel it.
She always been like that from day one.
The Faye lip sync for your life.
Shante, you stay.
Baby,
I
am
stay
so proud
and
of
slay.
you. Hot Latina, I love you so much.
Aw,
Sibling, you are amazing.
I love
Shante, you Faye.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And I appreciate all of you for voting for me, and all you folks at home, thank you for voting for me too. Taking the time to vote for me every single day is, meant a lot, and I really do appreciate it,
That's so cute. You thought we voted for you.
I know.
I never even heard of it.
SFGN doesn't go all the way down to Homestead, Muffy, so
I would have though.
Well, you would have
No,
voted.
they drop an issue off right at the gate.
Right there. Right there.
Is it
At
the
the toll
helicopter-
booth. At the toll
helicopter
booth,
thing?
right there. You know?
Helicopter in there.
This one's for TriniDaddy, wherever he's at.
Wherever he is, they leave it at Cutler Bay. They don't even go down to Homestead. They're like, oh yeah, he can come and pick it up here. Listen, SFGN, thank you so much for, whoever nominated me. Thank you for the nomination. Thank you for all the folks who voted for me. Truly an honor and a privilege. And I mean, honestly, I couldn't have done it without Happening Out Television and Al Ferguson and Darren Lowley and the whole entire crew here, Steve and David, everybody. It takes all of them to make me even look halfway decent. So I really do appreciate them a lot and all they allow me to do. They let me be me, and that's just something that I could never, ever, ever, ever be more thankful for than I am right now. So, all right.
They do a lot of work, that's for sure.
And now a word from the Miami Book Fair, the nation's largest annual book fair, and it's happening now.
Take a look.
It's still happening.
And we're back.
And we're back.
All right, and we're back. That book fair was incredible.
Welcome to the Miami Book Fair.
Read what you don't know. Get smart with the Miami Book Fair, downtown and online, November 13th through 20th.
The Miami Book Fair, make sure you catch it. So each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our hosts about what's important to them. But the twist is that it must be in just 30 seconds or you will hear bing, a bell that I don't have because I hate that bell. Because when I killed Al and put him in the trunk of my car, guess what went with him?
The bell.
Bell. Anyway, so this segment is called What's on Your Mind, sponsored by Jet's Pizza. Jet's is the LGBTQ plus pizza of choice for South Florida. What's on our mind is the deep dish Detroit-style pizza, or perhaps the cauliflower thin crust. Jet's Pizza has been with It's Happening Out for 4 years. They captured our attention for our 4th season with their campaign called Bigger is Better. And you know that Mark Moffitt is another one that loves everything bigger. And of course, they're talking about their slices mal pensados. What did you think we were talking about? Jet supports a huge variety of LGBTQ plus events and nonprofits with more than 400 locations nationwide and 35 in Florida. They are considered one of the best franchise opportunities in America. And the South Florida LGBTQ plus community loves their pizza. Mark, stop dropping my pizza. And this is why Jet's Pizza is our sponsor of What's on My Mind. Elimination, what is on your mind, my sibling? Let's start with you, Papi.
So we in our Alphabet City, we love our glamour. So this on my mind is the woman of glamour, the woman of the year. The class is so diverse. Angela Bassett, woman of the year. Oh my gosh. Not only beautiful, just strong, a diverse in character. We also have a doctor who is the activist for our women's rights, help support abortions. A person who fights for trans siblings. We have Jennifer Hudson. Inside of that, and not only do you have the same type of folks and the same aspect of folks, you have a diverse. There's an Olympic star, an Asian Olympic star, and so my mind is the glamour recognizes the beauty in our community and recognize the class of Woman of the Year this year to those beautiful humans.
Amen.
And so, amen. And I hope that diversity goes across.
Yeah.
The media.
Listen, Angela Bassett don't age. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Elimination,
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
Ding.
But oh my God, no, but she doesn't age. That is not Olive Olay, all right? She is a point. I watched this show that is. I watched this show that is awful. Like the show sucks, but I only watch it because she's a cop on the show and I get to see her in a uniform the whole time. 911. The show sucks ass. But I mean, it's Angela Bassett. You know what I mean?
That's Tina Turner. Went from Tina Turner to Wait Next Day or Blowing Up a Car to now being the queen of Wakanda.
No, I love that. I love that.
That same person. Amazing.
I love that. All right, thank you, Elimination. Jonathan Casañas, what's on your mind?
I didn't know what I was going to say before I got here, but I got a phone call from my boyfriend who was in therapy today. And
was he in therapy because of you?
Toxic.
Because I'm super toxic. The therapist was able to kind of work something in him that he was able to relate to me, and I just had to remember like how positive things are, how great things are in our lives, and even for us here at the table, like how booked and blessed we are. And I just forget to be appreciative of where I am today, and I just want people to remember, like, it could be dark times, it could be really, really unfortunate times for you, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and when you get there, just be appreciative and be happy of your situation now. So that's just all I wanted to say, really, to be honest.
All right, no, that's a good one. Ding! All right, Auntie Maim, what is on your mind, Mama?
My mind this week is Thanksgiving. And I think that we really have to remember about chosen family, and we have to remember that, as you all know, this is also the most depressing period of the year for queer people. So if you have friends and they don't have family and they have nowhere to go, and you have an extra plate and an extra seat at your table, invite folks, right? Because people need to know that they're loved, and everybody's not fortunate to get loved by their families. So we always have to remember that at this time, especially this year, we have to step up because we have to be the family for each other. So that's really been on my heart.
Thank you, Auntie Maim. Mark Moffitt, what's on your mind, Master?
Or this heartfelt crap. What is on? What is on?
Take out a whip. What?
No, this is just preparation for next year, so that everybody has like a year in advance. If your best Halloween costume is leather, freaking stop it. It's lazy. What? If you're going to be a leather person, be dead, be a zombie, be an angel, but don't take out that dusty old jockstrap and harness and wear it for the one night a year and call that a costume, because all it does is make you look lazy and like you are vanilla AF.
Stop looking at me
other
more.
Day. You were just the most direct. No, Trinity is not guilty, but I'm just saying, generally.
Can I just say real
step
quick?
up your leather game.
And I'm just going to say this. I was in the same camp as you. However, this year, as you all know, I did Halloween at the Black Market, which is a mixed event, right? Both sides of the spectrum. I would rather see a leather jockstrap and everything else than what I saw straight dudes doing, which was literally nothing. And I am not even joking. If you have a hot body, great. I took off my shirt. And I'm here with my girlfriend who's in full costume, but I'm too cool to even do anything.
But remember, leather is not a costume. Like what we wear is not a costume.
I knew you were going to have something to say. I knew you were going to have something to say. Like, wait a minute.
No, and I do. I believe. But to me, I'm like, anything.
At least try.
At least try. And the thing is, and I'm not even joking, there were attractive guys there. There were shirtless.
But that's different.
Everything.
If you're a straight guy doing like a gay Leatherman outfit, okay. But if you're a gay guy,
and that's all you can come up with. That's just Saturday. You know what I mean? That is just literally Tuesday on Wilson. It's not really a costume. That's what I'm trying to say. Put more thought into it. You know what I mean?
Into it. Like, you're supposed to be having fun.
Like, even that stupid guy that goes to Walmart and buys, this is my Halloween outfit. At least he went to Walmart and bought that thing. You know what I mean?
He went to the dollar store and got some horns and a pitchfork. Oh, hey, Jonathan.
My costume on Halloween was pretty amazing.
Or just put on some candy corn nails and a Dolly Parton.
I love her nails. All right. TriniDaddy, what is on your mind?
Well, just because this is the third time that my mom came up in this conversation, kind of in my mind about Thanksgiving, that was always like my most favorite memory of my mom was that we would always invite everybody from the university that didn't have a place to go. So it was like a beautiful time. So yes, I totally piggyback on that. Invite people that may not have a place or may not be in good standing with their family. However, that's not what I was going to bring to the table. So what I am
You have 5 seconds.
is that the election happened, and as the political wonk I am, I stay up almost 24/7 for 3 days watching it as everything comes in. And Steve Kornacki at the big board on MSNBC is the most intelligent, eloquent, able to calculate statistics. Like if you're into gay nerds, like this guy is amazing. He should be an LGBT icon. I think he's married probably to a woman, but he should still be the icon of
straight?
like LGBT. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he was amazing. I would watch reruns of it just to see him.
Is he the one that wears those beige pants?
Yes, khaki.
That
khaki
he made
Kornacki.
the Kanaki khakis. What was it?
Yeah, like khaki Kornacki kind of thing.
Only white
Is he on
people
C-
say stuff like
what channel is he on?
MSNBC.
MSNBC.
Okay.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, TriniDaddy.
You wish you had the bell now.
I know, right? Where's that damn? I know. Okay, thank you, TriniDaddy. that was great. That was great. It changed my life. I feel so much. I feel so much different and complete now that
I
you
feel
told
older
me what's on
now.
your mind.
You're welcome.
All right, shut up. And also on our mind is the Great Jets Pizza.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Muchas gracias, Jets Pizza. Thank you, Jets Pizza. Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 37 years this fall, and it has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the spirit of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week, sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters, and when it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is a destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. Broward Center is the home for the LGBTQ plus entertainers, shows, Broadway, national drag performances, LGBTQ plus choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. We are excited to tell you in upcoming shows the rich 2022-2023 season that Broward Center for the Performing Arts will bring to our LGBTQ plus community. Did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? You knew that. And that's why they are the sponsors of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. So the hunky man playing the dreadful villain of American Horror Story New York City has been the talk of the queer town since the new AHS season launched. Viewers are absolutely terrified of Big Daddy on American Horror Story NYC. But the actor bringing this character to life is probably making audiences fall for him. Big Daddy on AHS NYC, Matthew William, had a decorated corporate career before he started acting. With the final episodes of American Horror Story New York City airing next week, this muscle man is gaining a lot of popularity among LGBTQ plus people.
Do you remember when I told you that something dark was coming? That something's here.
Wednesday.
The shame, and the lies, the violence. It's a cycle.
Everything catches up to you in the end.
You can't outrun him.
The darkness always wins.
FX's American Horror Story NYC finale, Wednesday at 10 on FX.
Yeah, our Hotspots Queer Entertainment headline of the week, AHS NYC proves that daddies like Matthew William Bishop can be scary, and we love it. Who's watching American Horror Story?
Every last bit of it. I could have sworn, though, that this man was going to be ugly. Everything else is so perfect. They make him wear a hood. I'm like, oh, they're going to take that off. He's going to be a horse face. It's not. He is amazing.
He's a cutie pie. Look at some of the pictures that we're showing you right now. I mean, he's a heartthrob. Now, this is his first acting job. Okay, like I'm not watching.
Wild.
Is that acting?
Is it does he have words, or does he just go into like Mike Myers and not say anything? Like, is it like that?
Exactly.
Okay,
Mike
so he's got no words.
No
We're
words.
so mad.
So you know,
Are you mad about it though, Trini? But
Okay, so I have all kinds of thoughts about a HS, American Horror Story. Is that like something that this?
Give him another shot. Here.
oh my God. There you go, boo.
Drink that.
Thank
drink
you.
that, puppy. All right. All right. All right.
So that, like, I mean, it definitely is catered towards the gay male audience, which was like kind of shocking for me. That I didn't think that like straight people would be into this show. So I'm curious how somebody who's not a gay man would be receiving this, because it's bringing up all these old tropes from cruising and from the hanky code and all that stuff, which I just can't imagine. But going back to this dude right here, yeah, just like Mark, I mean, I'm really not into the bear thing. And so I saw that and I'm like,
oh yeah, but okay, if he said to you, Trini, let's go to the room, let's go to the bathroom right now, you'd say no, I'm not into the bear thing.
We'll leave that
I wouldn't go to the bathroom, but I wouldn't do that with anybody. But so the mask would come off. And like, I'm glad I'm seeing this picture now instead of when I was watching the show, because then I would have been picturing all kinds of like dirty things.
But it's not over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then so you're done.
I'm done. Now I can like enjoy it.
But you would have enjoyed it more if he was not as good looking?
I would not have enjoyed it if I knew he was good looking. If I had that in my mind that he was like a really hot guy.
I think that would make it hotter though.
Distracting for you.
It would have been distracting.
That's not his character is a completely different kind of thing.
No, I thought the same thing. As soon as they showed him hot, I was like, I'm really glad that I just wrapped it up, because I would not have been as scared of him the whole time.
Got it. And they didn't show his face till the end.
I mean, he's
They never show it in the show.
They never show his face.
This I just saw it
Look
today.
at the puppies. It's not
so straight people can't be cute. But
have you seen me? Of course.
I
mean, I could be scary AF. I mean.
So as a leather person, and I saw this, I was like, okay, here we go with another old stereotypical muscle Caucasian, So before I came to the table, I was like, let me do some research. And so I went and researched his socials. Again, only saw him, and people like him. Except when he went to Dubai, there was one brown person. And then I did a little bit more research. And what I'm so impressed with, and here it comes. Now I can feature him, because when George Floyd died, he publicly said, these are the things that I'm going to do. And so I want to make that clear. Now I find him sexy. He donated to his funeral. He renewed his membership to the ACLU. He donated to the NAACP Legal Fund. He made sure he gave to Black Queer Trans Organization in Minnesota and several other Minnesota organizations, because he felt that was important. And so that gave me a whole nother side of just that aesthetic of the physical piece of calling, because I would actually wouldn't call him a daddy, because as a daddy, I'm not going to give you that kind of honorific.
Got it.
However,
you wanted depth. You wanted depth.
I wanted
and you
something
got
else,
that.
right? And so I wouldn't go to the bathroom with him unless. And then again, if it's
nobody would go to the bathroom with him.
Hold on,
Even Faye would.
Let me pause.
I say, what are we talking about?
However, unless his hole was kind of shaven and it was kind of perky, then I would.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Christ.
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
I don't even know what to do with it.
Nobody does.
You know what though?
Okay, but you just needed more depth out of him. Okay, understand that.
Needed more depth to get into his depth.
To get into his depth.
Get deep inside.
All right.
So I appreciate that more. Yes.
We need to get deep inside his mind. Now we'll get deep inside of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So this is his first acting job. Of course, he was a model, right? Of course, he's a New York City model.
Absolutely.
And his next gig, he's going to be the bartender on Bravo's What's Happening Live with
of course.
with what's his face. I'm like, I mean.
And then next it'll be like, oh, he's moving in with Andy Cohen. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
What do you think about him not having any body hair? Like being this kind of muscle leather guy and not, does that bother you or make any difference to you?
I am a strictly hair kind of guy. Like all of my partners have had hair. I will fuck this guy.
Your man is hairy.
My man is hairy. All my men have been hairy, but my man is hairy. But this
and that's why he's not a bear. That's why he's not a bear. He's more of a muscle, because bear is the hairy.
What's the categorization? Muscle.
He would be
a muscle bear.
Muscle daddy.
A muscle
daddy.
A muscle man. Just
muscle daddy. Okay.
Well, so we like him. Hopefully he'll get a job.
I'm not calling him.
It's not coming out of my mouth.
I'm not calling him.
I'm not doing it.
No, TriniDaddy. I'm still not going to the bathroom with him.
He's a muscle guy.
Like something happened to TriniDaddy when he was a kid and the bathroom.
Something with muscles.
Something happened.
The Blockbuster bathroom.
This guy looked at me the wrong way. I will.
No, this Blockbuster bathroom has like really traumatized Trinidad. You know what I mean?
That's why they all closed down.
He can't just for that one. All right.
The TriniDaddy
I'm a rich man
scandal.
now.
The Blockbuster
Is that what the Netflix show is about?
And
That's
the church
what it is.
bathroom. There's a
And
common thread. The church bathroom and the Blockbuster
it.
bathroom. There's a thread.
So now he's just afraid of bathrooms.
Now he's just afraid of bathrooms. He just pees outside now. All right. Speaking of Hotspots Queer Entertainment, here's a quick glimpse of Broward Center 2022-2023.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Parker Playhouse, Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, Rose and Alfred Miniachi Performing Arts Center. 4 venues that together bring a wealth of excitement to our community through the performing arts. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the center for world-class live entertainment, arts education, special events, dining, and more.
Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church right here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television Studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. every week.
I'm Taisha Best, your queer community servant, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Yes.
Next up, if we were standing around the LGBTQ plus water cooler, this is what we would all be talking about. It's sponsored by Hot Topic. Hot Topic is an American retail chain with nearly 700 locations specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessories, as well as licensed music. Hot Topic represents many varied interests of the LGBTQ plus community, including music, movies, graphic artists, gaming, and a whole lot more. Hot Topic features one of the largest collections of Pride merchandise that celebrates all aspects of the LGBTQ plus community. Hot Topic is a major supporter of the diversity of our community and supports many events, festivals, and nonprofit LGBTQ plus organizations. Very notable is their support of the Trevor Project, the LGBTQ plus community's most important voice for LGBTQ plus young people. And that's why they are the sponsor of It's Happening Out's Hot Topic. And another small little tidbit, my girlfriend in high school worked at Hot Topic and I loved her. Loved her. I love Hot Topic. All right. Bill Maher's statistics of how lonely we are and how Pornhub is destroying men and smartphones are really so stupid, especially when we live in a "what's up, where's your dick pic," and then swipe left world. Dating by screen has really effed everything up. Our hot topic of the week, what's up? A picture of my dick pic, a modern formula for happiness? What do you boys think?
I'm not mad at it. I don't know. Why are we so mad about it?
I hate it.
But see, there you go, Jonathan. I was gonna go with you, and I'll be like, yeah, why are we so mad about it?
I met my man online, and I'm okay with that. And
because you have a big penis. So if your penis was small, he would have not answered back. Is that usually how it goes?
That's
the third thing you say is dick pic, and then if the pic doesn't,
no, we didn't
step
show
up,
each other.
then-
We didn't show each other our dicks right away. Maybe that's a thing. Because
You guys waited to show you.
Yeah, he would have run for the hills.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
That's a Christian household, right?
You know
He
what I
just
did?
sent me ass
We
the
were on
first pic. It's
FaceTime.
love.
We were on
That's
FaceTime,
love.
and I happened to be naked, and that's how he saw it.
Wait. You were on FaceTime and you just happened to be naked. You're just happy
I
that
did
you're
it on
close.
purpose.
Okay, of course.
He didn't want to show me. I was like,
Shame the
Shame the devil, that's right.
there.
say the devil. And I said, no, I'm gonna show him my penis. But he doesn't know that story though.
Like
Is
that?
your penis southern?
He doesn't- My penis has an accent.
Is it called foghorn? I don't know.
And I did, and then he was like, oh, you did that on purpose, and I'm not going to show you mine. I want you to wait like if it was a Christmas gift. I promise you, is what he said to me. And I was like, that's really cool. That's really cool.
So it's not, because I call mine a gift, because once you get it, it's Christmas time, baby. You're going to never turn the gift back.
You see, that's what he
I
said.
think of yours,
That is
I
the
think of
Christmas
yours
gift.
probably more like a Festivus poll.
I think she just said
From what I've heard.
It's very skinny.
Yeah, from what I've heard.
It's long and it has some width.
Listen, I have said it before. If Elimination Onyx pulls out his dick, this whole place goes dark. All right, I said it.
We said
and it is what it is.
You raise it, you get it out, we air our grievances.
And we done.
Fine.
Okay.
So is everybody else is mad about it?
And question for the table, honestly, do you care about the genitalia? Like if
most people do, TriniDaddy. Outside of Homestead, most men want to see if it's cute or what.
Like, would it have slanging some dick though?
But if you had a good face pic and like they looked like they were attractive, like if they were in maybe a shirtless pic or something, you could tell they were attractive. They have a decent personality. Did that make a difference to you whether you would see them or not if their penis is 1 inch short?
So you just said, how do you tell a person has a good personality over something like that?
Over a dick?
No, over non-dick, right? There's no actual telling a person has a good personality or not personality. You have to have an exchange back and forth. The problem is that some people that don't have good personalities, they lead with their dick because
that's all they got. That's all they got.
Sure, but that's
everybody.
Sorry for the pun.
And for some of them,
eliminate it.
and for some of them, right? That is the formula for their version of happiness.
And how they get folks. I mean, you gotta go with your best asset. And so for me, if you show me your dick first, I'm gonna clearly say show me your ass. That's what I get off on. And if you don't, then we clearly know that's not where we are.
But I mean,
are we talking about fucking or dating?
That's what I was gonna say. Are we talking about dating or asking? Because that's completely different. On Grindr, you know what we're here to do. I mean, I don't gotta know that your mom is a Sagittarius. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? What are we here to do? Show me a picture of your bag. I mean, your dick. What?
I said I kind of do.
But I think you
need to know a little bit about. Another question. Even in a hookup situation.
How the hell did you end up taking my job, TriniDaddy? Why are you asking the fucking question? How'd that happen?
In a hookup situation, like when you walk into a room and you don't really know much about the person, you go to their house. Do you just like, all right, let's get to it, and you just walk, and then you just you don't talk? Or do you like, hey, let's have a beer, let's chat for a little bit.
Let's watch the latest version of Drag Race. No,
so you don't talk to them at all.
So now to your point, I will. Now I will definitely do the screening prior to you coming over to my house. We would definitely have
most people don't.
I can't.
It is day 101.
I can't.
But once we decide that it's on, you come over. I'm gonna give you a beer, get you together, and then it's like let's go to the room. And then you're on your way.
Yeah, what we came to do, and that's it. And you've got to make sure that the dick pic looks good. Like get good lighting. Okay, this girl sent me a picture of her vag once, and that was no man. Good lighting is everything.
It's good lighting and it's reference. So don't. If there has to be something else in the picture to get
like a beer can
or
a remote control.
Or use a beer can if it's not a good reference.
But don't do it. But don't do a Red Bull that
like
has
a limp noodle next to it. It's not going to be.
Hold on, TriniDaddy. This is not to force you into doing these types of scenarios. If you're not into it, don't do it.
And stay single.
Right? No. I'm just saying when you actually get to the person's house or they come to your house or something. I was just curious.
So you've never
of,
hooked up on Grindr that way?
I mean, sound like it.
I've even hooked up on Grindr.
No, the thing is,
I mean, let's be real.
I have to talk. I
had to. I mean, I went to the house. We came.
I have to talk. I have to offer a drink. I have to do this. We gotta chat. I mean, I do personally.
Okay, but Bobby, that's a date. That's a date. That's not a hookup.
But it's a hookup if the intention is just for sex and we may not see each other again after that.
But that is the problem: is that you have people who want to date on hookup sites, and then people who want to hook up on dating sites.
Yes, for sure.
But even hookups for me need to have a little something to it. Like, I just can't do it.
For the comfort level. I respect that.
You're a little demisexual.
No, it has to be a moment where you have to
What does that mean?
What does demisexual mean?
What does that
mean? It means you have to have like a bit of an emotional connection.
Oh, you're a lesbian. I love that. Now I know why I don't like
finally. All these years of therapy.
That was mine. I love them.
He should be so.
I get your point. You got to have some kind of connection because otherwise you come in. You want to be able to relate. And then
every gay guy I know and that I'm friends with doesn't need that. It's like they're fine to just go in the bathroom with daddy and like do it.
No, my boyfriend's not like that. My boyfriend hooks up with people that he has a connection with.
Absolutely.
That you like, right? That he likes.
I can do both. I can have that moment, or I can just
I
like,
can do
you know
both
what?
too, yeah.
Or let's just, you know what, you hear, I like what I see, let's just go.
I mean, it could be if you were in like a pride parade or something and everybody's dancing and there's a connection and you hug, whatever.
That's still a connection.
And then there's, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there has to be that
So
connection.
are you that kind of gay boy that falls in love after like a hookup like that? Like one hookup and you're like that?
No. I mean, I will confess I've never even seriously dated anybody at this age. And that's, you knew this?
I knew that.
Because
That makes a lot of sense.
Because when
Me and Auntie Maim were talking
when
before the show.
Yeah. When I go out with somebody, I'm such a personality profiler. I know, like, we would be great for 3 months. We'd be great for 6 months. We'd be great for 2 months. We'd be great.
But
I
honey,
just
that's
know.
why you're single, Bobby. Like,
know how
no
it's done.
shade, no tea to it.
I do know, because there's always enough red flags for me to know, like, okay, this is not going to work. But I'm happy being how I am.
but
I
they
don't
can
want to
change.
be in a relationship with somebody
Okay.
that has X,
No,
Y,
that's
and
fair.
Z.
And that's
So
what I'm
But you're not, you're
I'm
not
good.
predicting,
I'm
you're just
good.
saying it's not
Here's the
gonna
thing.
be
I'm going to say this,
problem.
right? Because I've said this to my friends before. If everybody is full of red flags, that means you're probably the red flag.
You know what?
Exactly.
I have also said this out loud too. I'm like, what's that Taylor Swift song? I'm the problem.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
me. That's possible, but you know what? Right now, I'm still happy with myself. So I'm good.
And that's all that matters, honey.
As long as you like
That's
you.
what we're talking
Listen,
about.
and as long as you have a hand and you can pleasure yourself, who needs, right?
And it
You
gives the
know.
rest of us so much good
The
material.
thing is, right?
Yeah,
and I'll
that's
say
true,
it,
too.
So I'm actually in the same campus, TriniDaddy.
Oh,
Which you I
Yeah.
couldn't get a word in because you were talking so much. But
Red
because
flags, both red flags.
Red flags, red flags.
You hook up in bathrooms too?
no, I don't. Like, I've actually I mean, I'm married at this point, but I've never really been a hookup person. Like, I just really haven't. Like,
Even before your husband.
even before my husband.
Okay.
I used to literally like, cool, let's meet, let's do a thing, right? I've never been that person because it's like you said, I can't get intimate. I tried it twice, and both times it was like not. I couldn't do anything because I was just like, this is not. I don't know you. You might be a serial killer. You might be any. Like, I literally was at that.
You couldn't enjoy the moment because you're thinking this person's going to kill me.
Right, because I don't know this person. And so for me, I was in the same camp. And so when, because I met my husband on, which one was it? Scruff, right? And that was back in the old days when Scruff used to have categories. And so the category was like, they had geek and nerd and stuff. Literally 2 geeks found each other. And to me,
How cute.
it
2
was
geeks in love. I love
basically,
that.
right? But the thing is that, like you said, you have to decide the route that you're going to go through for your happiness. Because I had friends that literally were like, no, girl, just keep trying. You'll get to like it. I'm
Suck
like, I
that
don't
dick.
think this is for me, guys. I think I really have to know that. No, you're fine, right? Just have sex with them. And the thing is, like, it took a while for me to say, no, that's not really for me. And I think that what Faye said is it, which is you have to know the landscape that you're going to, because that's really the way that you have to encounter people. And I think that we have enough at this point, culturally, after all these years now since I've been on an app, we have enough things going on now that you don't even have to use the app, technically. You can go out to some place. You can go and interact with people, like the Gay Men's Chorus, like all of those things that it's not a necessary part anymore, but if you do want to hook up with someone, it's always there.
Yeah, but the thing is, he lives in Homestead. He doesn't get to go to like Wilton and just like go and talk to people. You know, he's got to like take a bus and like 3 trains and like, hitchhike.
So use control your narrative. If you choose to use the hookup for that kind of thing, control your narrative. If you don't want to hook up the right, I am not that. I'll meet you and in 5 minutes you're at my house. Hell no. Let's have a conversation and let's get to know. And if something doesn't vibe, then it's off. But
Yeah. If your credit score is not high enough, I'm not letting you come to my house.
Right.
But I will say I have adapted, because before, I feel like Grindr, when it first started, you could like talk more, but now it's more like the same kind of ASL thing that was in AOL Instant Messenger before that.
I'm with you.
I got you.
So now like I've just adapted
There's
myself
sign
to
language
it, so
on
I
there
just
Is that ASL? Is that sign language?
Is that
Age, sex,
I thought that was ESL, like English second language. I was like, those are all my Latino friends. Sorry, what up? Hola, mi
But you
gente.
can control the
Again, sign language.
Be the daddy. Control the
All right, TriniDaddy, hopefully soon we'll get you some ass. Let's move on. All right?
Maybe he doesn't want
not
that.
what he
That's
wants.
not what he wants.
I know. I mean, I get it. I just have to have a conversation first.
Yes.
TriniDaddy doesn't need a popper. All he needs is some conversation. That's it. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to our game called Shag, Marry, Chop, and it's sponsored by Andrew Christian. Our game is a playful conversation about sex, of course, and Andrew Christian is a literal representation of that playfulness and the world's most recognized sexy fashion brand for men. Iconic names like Trophy Boy swimsuits, underwear are just the start of Andrew Christian. Founded by and dedicated to the LGBTQ plus community, Andrew Christian has become a status symbol for straight men wanting to adapt the lifestyle that Andrew Christian represents. The brand's support of our community is unparalleled. Pride events, major parties, and charitable fundraisers, and many of the issues that have become critical to the gay community are supported by Andrew Christian. We congratulate Andrew Christian for being honored this week to the prestigious Out 100 list. His brand presence in pop culture, entertainment, video, and so much more is why Andrew Christian is our sponsor of Shag, Marry, Chop. And today we have entered Transgender Awareness Week, which is typically observed from November 13th through the 19th to raise awareness of the transgender community through advocacy and education. Hence, tonight's theme is going to be Transgender Awareness Week with these three favorite transgender hotties.
Oh my gosh.
Laith Ashley, oh my God, he's just beautiful. Take a moment there. Lana Summers, I love Lana. Oh my God, this is gonna be so hard. Oh my God, I didn't even see this. And GQ the Mood. Yes. All right, take it in for a second. I'm taking it in. If I had nipples, they'd be hard right now. All right, let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. Let's begin with Mark Moffitt. Mark, who are you gonna shag, marry, chop in that order?
So Shag is gonna be GQ the Mood, just because I think that's going to make the best story for my grandchildren of like who I shagged just that one time. Oh, it was GQ to Mood. Like that's got a ring and some real like slut credibility.
Yeah, I love that.
I would marry Laith Ashley. Just those eyes. I mean, to wake up to those every day, that's the one that you want to marry. And Lana Summers is just too pretty. She's going to take too long to get ready. So I wish you well, but chop.
Out of all three, I think she's going to be the best sex. I'm just saying. All right, okay, let's move on. Elimination.
So yeah, I agree with you, Faye. This was so damn hard. Because any day I would smash all three.
That's what's the team.
But I would shag Lana. I love Lana to death. Lana is such an amazing person. I would shag her so that we could see each other in community and be like, "What's up?" and like remember that moment and laugh.
And Lana, listen, let's just put it this way.
Creative.
If you whip yours out and hers,
oh my God,
very listen. And you know how I behold your shit.
No,
I respect your shit. Lana, I respect Lana. You understand? Okay, all right. All right, just want to make sure.
That's why I say I would shag her. We had that moment together.
Listen, if I wasn't married, Lana would
I
be
would marry all day GQ the Mood. I looked up GQ, hearing GQ talk, and he had a crazy ass little crazy moment of TikTok where I feel like we can marry and be that crazy people in the kitchen. All of a sudden bust out a song and like just have a whole ass moment. Leith is cute and all, so yeah, unfortunately he doesn't match up to GQ the Mood. So those are my choices.
Yeah, look at Leith's lips.
But these are definitely cute.
These are cute.
And he's been here in South Florida and done.
And he's been here. He's performed right here at Sunshine Cathedral. He's incredible.
To meet him, but yeah,
so cute.
Do we know if they've had bottom surgery?
What does that matter to you?
No, I'm just curious about
you brought
sex.
it up.
Okay, should I ask them? I don't know.
No, I don't. Sex can be whatever. Sex
yeah, John. I mean, it could be. Sex is whatever it means to you. All right. So, however you want to take it, you take it.
For you.
Why are you gonna mess me up there, Daddy? I'm not even gonna let you play from now on. Jonathan Casañas.
That was your turn.
Shag, marry, chop.
Well, I think I'm gonna shag Lana because I feel like we look alike. Like we're both just as pretty. And
you would make cute babies with Lana.
Oh my God,
actually, you would make really cute babies with Lana. I'm sorry.
And I think I'm gonna marry Laith. Although it might be annoying, like this little face that he's doing. Like if I see that every day, I'll probably be really upset. But I'm gonna.
You and him have similar lips, Jonathan.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The bottom one.
Right? Do you see that? I mean, except he's wearing lipstick. I think.
I need to chill. All right, and then I'm gonna chop GQ the Mood only because I just don't know too much of GQ the Mood. Although I'm vibing with this moment you guys had, so I may. So it's a quick second there with GQ.
Listen, I have this thing about underarms. Like I love underarms.
Yeah.
I just want to lick them. I don't know what it is.
Oh
and I'm sorry,
like
GQ
like anyone's underarm.
I mean, I have to look at it. It has to be like welcoming. It's got to be something about it. But GQ, it's got to be like But and GQ the Mood. I'm sorry, his armpit is like telling me, come lick me. I'm sorry.
His bicep is pretty.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean,
Tom Talk is amazing, and his eyes are like fire.
Qué lindo, and he's got great eyebrows. proud.
How does he talk?
Has like a deep voice, and like one of his TikToks, he was like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna have this moment where," and I was like,
shit, I might change my.
I was like,
Oh, yeah, that voice
was
could get it. That voice
and
could get
then
it.
he did like a whole moment, like a song, and he was just croaking out, and I'm like, I could see me in the kitchen, like I cooked dinner, and then all of a sudden we bust out into a whole ass song, like a whole ass moment. So yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. You know what's the bad part? Is that I could see that too.
Oh my
like I'm
God.
totally like visualizing that video, and I would be subscribed.
Like the modern
For
Jefferson.
sure.
Yes.
Auntie Maim, how about you, my sweetness? Oh yeah, can we say hi to your mom?
Hi, Mom.
I wanted to say hi to Auntie Maim's mom.
Yes.
She watches the show and she says all the shit that we do wrong. So, hi, Auntie Maim's mom.
Hi, Mrs. Maim.
Like literally chairman of the FayWhat fan club.
I love her.
Oh, that's
hardcore. All right, so I'm going to shag. I'm going to shag Lana because I'm well aware of how she is, and she's a friend of mine. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well. Let's try this. I will marry GQ because GQ seems like gives off provider vibes, right? Which is that thing. And Laith, I am not going to use this because the trans community has been there enough, so I'm not going to say chop. I'm going to friend zone Laith, Ashley, because
I love that.
I don't even want to use that word for them because
Well, damn, you could have warned somebody before.
I love that, right?
real.
Damn,
Now
now
we
we
look
look
like
like
assholes.
assholes. Great, thanks a lot, Auntie.
I just feel like me and Laith, Laith, for some reason, I just get Kiki vibes. Like we would just Kiki like all night. So that's my.
Yeah, that's true.
You know that I have to follow
feel that.
suit completely. Like I wanted to sleep with Lana even before I knew she was endowed like that, right? It's just like she's just gorgeous, and I just want to sleep with her, right?
And she's so creative. Like, can you imagine
so creative.
the kind of sex that you could have with a creative mind? Like, oh my, like we can hang with rappers and like, it's like me, like trapeze artists.
She's
It's
I think
like
at this
me.
point,
Like,
this
that would be
says
awesome.
she's actually in the top like 1%
Oh,
on
OnlyFans. Oh, absolutely.
At this point. So it's
Her and her partner are amazing.
She's incredible. I didn't even let her homeboy watch.
Yeah, her
He's
partner's
sweet
amazing.
too. I love him.
They have a
He's
boyfriend now
cutie.
too.
Yeah, they are
so
I didn't know that they were taking applications. What the F?
apparently
You're married.
No, but oh yeah, I always forget. I always forget that little tidbit. The Cuban, she reminds me a lot. But I'm with you, Auntie Maim, with this, right? I would totally, I would shag Lana Summers, and I would even let her shag me. That would be a wonderful evening, weekend, week.
Yeah.
Some time. And then
season, right.
And then I'd have to marry GQ the Mood just because, I mean, now that I know he cooks too. I mean, just the armpit. Armpit and cooking. Like I'm just all about it. And I'm friend zoning Laith Ashley. I don't know. Like I think he's prettier than me, and but Lana's also prettier than me. So what the hell am I saying? I don't know. Just because I had to not sleep with somebody, right? So that's why.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason
That makes it
because
hard.
Laith has that body, and he was here at Sunshine, and he was incredible, and he's talented, and his music is phenomenal. TriniDaddy, we have to play with you. I wrote in the contract that I would let you talk.
Well, the reason why I asked about the whole surgery thing is because I've never been with a person who has what would be. See, I'm trying to choose my words.
Yeah, please
right?
do. Please,
like,
like
what would be normal, natural, biological, conflicting body parts. So to see somebody that has breast and also a penis is not something I have ever experienced before.
Maybe
so I think, well, that's what I'm saying. So I wanted to know because then I would shag Lana just because I'm curious what that dynamic would be like.
Okay, so you're trying to fetishize Lana. Got it.
If that's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it.
This whole game is fetishized.
As far as Laith Ashley, that's like kind of an ideal. Like I think that his face, which is the most important thing for me, is so beautiful and so cute, and his body is great and everything, and I love that. So I would do him, and then just by process of elimination, it would be GQ the Mood.
Is that your process?
Well, again, I would smash all yes.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. Any day.
I'll just smash everybody.
Any day.
Just smash everybody. I let everybody smash me and everybody.
Table smash.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Who would you smash, or smash? That's gonna be the next show next time Alan's gone.
Just give
right?
us-
Like, which position would you do with each?
There
Let's
you
be
go.
real. You know what I mean?
Or just give us the number one.
We can do that. We can do top bottom, and
top
side.
bottom verse. Like, who would you side
I'd
for?
like to watch that video between you and Lana. If I'm being serious, that would be hot.
God, that would be at the top 1% of OnlyFans. I gotta call Lana when I get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know her personally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lana's
Yeah.
amazing. Lana is such a sweetheart.
And you know Laith too.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I've met Laith.
But Lana's here. Lana
And you really just asked two of them out live on the air, so
I'm holding
watch
out
that
for
phone.
Steve Kornacki.
right.
Said
Keep
no
hope
one
alive.
ever.
Said no one ever with his ugly ass khakis,
But
right?
yeah, okay.
Not
All
a lot
right.
of competition.
Nah. So with so much shagging, marrying, and chopping, let me remind you of what we love about Andrew Christian.
Show technology features a hidden comfy cup that acts like a cock ring. You put your dick and balls in, and it lifts up and up. It features our signature slimming waistband. It's great for everyday support, going to the gym, or just when you want to enhance it. Show It Tech adds up to 1.5 inches to your current frontal measurements. Show everyone what you're working with Show It Tech. Get it now at andrewchristian.com.
Thank you very much, Andrew Christian. So it's time to say goodnight. So let's hear from our host one final time. We'll begin with a good night from Elimination Onyx.
Good night, my kinky family members. As we leave and celebrate Thanksgiving, and as we talked about, it is a week of trans visibility. Let's take a moment to think about those of our siblings who we've lost through senseless violence, through hate, through craziness. Let's take a moment to reflect on how the government is trying to erase our siblings. That's a real thing. And let's also remember too that once they come after our siblings, we are next, point blank and period. And so we have to stop that. So on Sunday, I think there's several opportunities in Miami and Fort Lauderdale where you can kind of go and support and at the Pride Center here in Fort Lauderdale, your siblings, and just tell someone you love them. Tell one of our siblings that they're seen, because that's very important. If not, our siblings will feel lost, and we cannot have that, because without our siblings, there will be no super prides, period, and point blank. So kinky humans, I love you, and I see you when I get booked back on the show.
I love you too, and I'm so happy that you're with us. I really do love you, and happy birthday, darling. It's your birthday?
Well, I celebrated another year of 37 with
37 square.
We're just all gonna stay at 37.
37.
All right, and a good night from Mark Moffitt.
Good night, everyone out there. And if you live in Florida, don't be too mad at the world that things went the way that they did. Look around, there's other good things happening, and start activism right now. Don't wait until the next election when we need it a couple of weeks before. Buy a ticket to the Gay Men's Chorus show. There's things that you can do like that, and just even watching this is part of being an activist in the community.
Thank you so much, Mark. Jonathan Casañas.
I have nothing to say, just good night. I love you guys so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Elimination.
Oh,
look at that.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Ooh.
Lord.
Good night.
Great.
Hold on.
Right?
The table is rising. I'm
The
sorry.
table is
Maybe
rising.
the table down, okay?
We are going to have a housewives moment.
God, did it get dark in here?
Even TriniDaddy's excited.
A good night from Auntie Maim.
Good night, my loves. I want everybody to remember that we have each other, and we have to remember that we have each other. And shameless plug, if you are cooking Thanksgiving dinner and you want something to listen to, there are a couple of podcasts I'd recommend from me and my best friend, right? So just go to mimsandmaim.com and you can hear all of our You Slay Me, which is our Murder, She Wrote podcast, and Baking Sugar, that's our Designing Women podcast. If you just want to listen to two idiots just be funny for an hour while you're cooking, we'll just sit in the kitchen with you. So
I love that.
Oh my God, I love designing women. Like,
Yes.
I love design. I really thought I should have been a sugar baker. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
That was almost my drag name. My drag name almost was Dorothy Sugarbaker from Dorothy from Golden Girls and Julia
I
Sugar.
love
Yeah,
that.
that was literally.
You're Auntie Maim, honey.
No,
but,
that's it.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally get it. And a good night from TriniDaddy.
Well, Mark kind of took my answer there. Covering all of the election stuff, like there's a lot of great things that's happening in the country and a lot of rejection of horrible things. So keep at it, vote, and just a shameless plug. My fellow gays at this table have just told me that Steve Kornacki is gay. So if you are watching this show, please, it's happening out, find their email and get to me.
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
We're going to clip that. All going to post it to our socials.
There you go.
All going to tag Steve and we're all going to post it on our socials.
Or something.
You can email him, but he has AOL and he's never going to get it.
And that's what happens. Well, folks, It's Happening Out. What a great show. Thank you so much to Jonathan, to Elimination, to Mark Moffitt, to Auntie Maim, to TriniDaddy. Thank you for, sitting at this table and being you authentically.
Great job.
Yes,
Congratulations again.
Stop it. But Al Ferguson is back next Wednesday, people. Don't get too comfortable. You know what I mean? What the hell? Listen, folks, I'm just going to mirror what some of the folks on the panel said today. You know, Thanksgiving all the way to New Year's is some of the toughest times for a lot of folks in LGBTQ+. You know, I know what it's like to be shunned and disowned by your family. And you know who I've spent many Thanksgivings with? My chosen family. And if you don't know who your chosen family is, you know, they're the ones that check up on you. They're the ones that tell you, hey, let me know when you got home, right? That's your chosen family. Reach out to them. They'll have an extra space at the table. Hell, you want some more and you're in South Florida, you could come and be with my crazy ass family. You're more than welcome.
No, you don't.
Just remember, it's a hard time for many LGBTQ plus folks, all right? So, and what you see on Instagram and on social media isn't always the truth. Yes. So your people, your LGBTQ plus folks that you love and admire, reach out and just say hi. What plans do you have for Thanksgiving? Maybe you'll be reaching out to someone that, you know, could probably do some harm to themselves otherwise. You just never know where someone is at, all right? And all we could do with folks is just try to meet them where they're at, all right?
Well said.
So, right? Look at me, all right? So on behalf, make sure you watch the FayWhat show Monday mornings, all right? Follow all of us on social media. We love to hear from you. Send us a message. Tell us that you enjoyed the show, all right? Tell us that you missed Al Ferguson. Whatever you got to say.
No one's going to say that.
Send it out. All right? On behalf of myself, this whole entire crew, we'll see you next Wednesday. Good night.
Yes, good night.
Stay gay.
Bye,
So you know that the teleprompter, but you know there was no more.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+